to No Brainer MMA. Dan gets one last bite in. What's going on?
I'll be eating throughout it.
Yeah, do your thing. What's up, dude? Pretty crazy fight card last weekend. Yeah, finished chewing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, holy shit. What's his name? Calvin Kattar.
Giga lost every single round, I think, in that.
Yeah, probably.
I think he clearly lost every round. Our boy Jake Collier did well.
Even though I tweeted out we took the other guy by accident.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, dude, I didn't even see that because I was like drinking that night. I didn't even notice until the next day. And I was like, oh, dude, you did the wrong picks. But we did have Jake Collier. That Brandon Royval fight, split decision. Very close.
That was a good one.
Anything stand out? Nothing really stood out. There was, to start off the night.
Yo, what's his name? Royval? Who did Royval fight again?
Bontorin, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely taps.
Oh, you think so?
For sure. He tapped 2 times.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know who was the judge there. Do you know?
The ref? I forget the ref.
The ref, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Fuck. Oh, you know who actually stood out the most? Court McGee. That dude absolutely killed it. Absolutely.
Yeah, but he's so boring to watch.
He is boring. He's going to go to decision every time. But to start off the night, we had 5 straight unanimous decisions.
Yeah, I was like, can we get a fucking finish?
Borshev is pretty good, though.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
That was the body shot, right?
Yeah, it was a body shot. That was the only KO TKO of the night.
Really?
Yeah. And the one stub of the night was Jake Collier. Everything else was decisions. I don't think we're going to see much decisions in this one.
I think we'll see a few.
A few, but nowhere near last week's, I don't think.
No.
It was like 7 for 10. 8 for 10. Whatever.
Yeah. It was rough.
All right, you want to get right into this?
Yeah. I can start off if you want.
Is it Jack Della Maddalena versus Pete Rodriguez?
Oh, no, it's not that, so you take it.
Okay, yeah. Jack Maddalena won his last fight on the Contender Series.
Wait. What's up with fucking Tapology? Why is Ilia Topuria the second fighter on the card? That's not.
Oh yeah, dude, it's all messed up. There's a lot of switches this week, so they'll probably get it right by like Friday. But yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Fuck it.
Yeah, this is a banger to start the night, though. Let me just say that right off the bat. Jack Maddalena, who won his last fight on the Contender Series, almost doubled his opponent's significant strikes. One-sided unanimous decision. He's got a 10-2 pro record. He lost his first 2 fights on the pro circuit and is now on a 10-fight winning streak with 9 of those ending in a finish, 8 by KO TKO, and has only seen the judges' scorecard once, and that was in his last time out on his Contender Series fight. Yeah. The level of competition that he's faced isn't amazing, but Maddalena is still very early on in his career. Both of these guys are actually 25 years old. He's taken on Pete Rodriguez, who's taken this fight on short notice after Warley Alves withdrew a couple of days ago. He's only has a 4-0 pro record and only made his pro debut in 2020, so very green to the sport. But he did have a 7-2 amateur record. So,
yeah, it's dating back to 2016, which is solid.
Yeah, that's all right. I like to see that. All 4 of his pro fights have ended in the first round under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All 7 of his amateur wins ended by KO TKO, 6 of those in the first round. So the guy's explosive and he's powerful. And like I said, this is very fun to start the night. Jack Della is sitting at a minus 300 right now. I think I'm going to go with him, but this is going to be a stand-up fight for sure. And Rodriguez has a puncher's chance, to say the least. He's very good. So I might actually just end up putting some money on Rodriguez in this one because I think minus 300 is far too. It should be a lot closer than that. So I see a lot of money in Pete Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's just like I don't really trusted enough to put money on it. You know,
Right.
that's my only issue. But
yeah, I feel you.
either way, this fight's gonna be. It's gonna be. I hope a nice little finish to start off the card.
Oh yes, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I think the Kay Hansen fight is actually starting off the prelims.
Oh really?
Wrong. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna side with Jack Della Maddalena. It's kind of hard for me. I like Pete Rodriguez. He's just like a little too green.
He's very green. Very green.
Or he hasn't had like the high level bouts yet. So
no.
Yeah.
Not just
We'll
yet.
see.
Very early on. But yeah, we're both gonna agree. We're both gonna go with Jack Della Maddalena. And we're gonna move right on to the next one, which is Ilia Topuria versus Charles Jourdain. Is that right, Dan?
It says that on Tapology, but I don't think that's actually going to be the second fight of the night. But I'll start. I'll do this.
Just follow that, I guess.
Yeah, Ilia Topuria is coming off that pretty sweet knockout over Ryan Hall. He knocked out Damon Jackson the fight before that. And he also has a win over Yusuf Zalal, which he's had a solid UFC.
Oh, he got thrown right to the wolves, dude.
Yeah, and he beat all three of them. So
swim, yeah, and he swam.
Ilya's an overall, like an all around pretty dope fighter. Don't get me wrong. But like where he really shines is his submission game and his ground game. That's where he's one of the best.
Right.
I think Jourdain might be a little better than him on the feet. I think he is better than him on the feet, not a little better. I think he's just better than him on the feet.
Right.
So for those reasons, Jourdain does have a chance, but he is taking this fight on short notice. He is going against a very dangerous grappling ace, who can strike too. It's not like he can't strike, Ilya. He can definitely strike.
Powerful.
Yeah, he put Ryan Hall to sleep. He put Damon Jackson to sleep. Like this dude can fucking hit hard too. But I am a little worried for Ilya in this fight. I think this will be his toughest fight in the UFC so far. Would you agree with me there?
You think that's his toughest? Ryan Hall?
Yeah, I mean Ryan Hall just dove for fucking legs the entire time until Ilya followed him up and fucking
I guess. Well,
knocked him
maybe
out.
the best striker, I would say.
Yeah, that's where a little bit of my head, like I almost took Jourdain at one point.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, the more and more I thought about it, the more I'm like, I think Ilya is gonna find a way to win.
Yeah.
Like this guy's gonna be a fucking stud. I've been saying this for a while.
He is, and I really like Charles Jourdain. That's kind of like what sucks about it, because I do think that he's actually going to get his ass kicked. But he was supposed to Ilia Topuria was supposed to fight Movsar Evloev. Can we say that right off the bat? That was
I was excited for that fight. I was talking to you about it.
Oh my god. That would have been a main card fight, right?
Yeah. I think so. And now he's on the prelims at a -500 favorite. It's not a great spot for Ilya to be in, because like if he wins, he's winning as a -500 favorite. You're doing what everybody expected you to do anyway.
Right. That's a lot. -500.
Stock kind of takes a hit.
Yeah, I kind of see why it's like that though. But Jourdain is coming off that great performance over Andre Ewell, where he Spartan kicked him into an oblivion. Remember that? That was sick. Like you said, Dan, great striker, plus 1.1 striking differential, 49% accuracy. Not to mention, he is a BJJ black belt. People forget that. His downside, Jourdain's downside for sure, is that takedown defense. He only has 48% takedown defense, but he's very good at getting back up to his feet. I will say that. Doesn't lose much control time on the grounds. But he's going to be taking on Ilia Topuria, who has an 11-0 record, 3-0 in the UFC, with his last two fights ending in the first round by KO TKO. Has some really great wrestling, comes from a Greco-Roman wrestling background, not to mention he's the first Georgian BJJ black belt, which is just insane to think about too. He's like a young guy.
Yeah, he was born 97.
Yeah, him and his brother were the first two Georgian BJJ black belts, which is just insane. And he averages 3.3 takedowns per fight at 55% accuracy and 100% takedown defense. And a crazy amount of punching power, like I said before. This fight has Topuria written all over it, dude. Jourdain's great on the feet, but that takedown defense, he's gonna exploit it. I know it. That's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Ilya could fucking have a nice performance. It sucks that like he was matched up with another young prospect on the way up, and we could have seen.
Right.
Like I was so excited to do.
Yeah, dude, I think I had Evloev, so it's like
I had a razor thin.
Oh, dude, razor thin fight. But
yeah, Ilya. Team Ilya.
Team Ilya all day in this one. We're both gonna go with Ilya Topuria, and we're gonna move right into the next one, which is Vanessa Demopoulos versus Silviana Gomez Juarez.
Yeah,
right? That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the one from last week. I'm gonna start off with Demopoulos.
Do it quick since we did it last week.
What'd you say?
We could do this one quick because we'll
go right through. We'll speed right through this one. Former LFA Demopoulos is the former LFA champion, 0-2 so far in the UFC. She took on JJ Aldris on short notice at a higher weight class in her last time out and put up a very good fight. 6-4 record, pretty extensive amateur record.
Is undersized at 125 though.
Yeah, that's true. And so is she. But her amateur record, she fought Caitlin Chikagian and she beat Cheyenne Bays. She's a BJJ practitioner, wins mostly by submission. Her striking seems to be probably
she's been striking a lot in the recent fights.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot better, but she's got a minus 1.5 striking differential. Has yet to record a takedown, 0-7. Taken on Silviana Juarez, 0-1 so far in the UFC. Lost her debut also on short notice against Lupi Godinez, who we both
she got starched in that one.
Yeah, we think very highly of Lupi. Got killed, subbed in the first round. 10-3 record. Fought some pretty good competition. Lost to Polyana Botella, Ariane Lipsky, and won against Vanessa Mello. She's a striker, winning 6 fights by KO TKO. This is a classic striker versus grappler, I think. Juarez had her takedown defense exploited in that fight, that first UFC fight, so I expect Demopoulos to try to do the same, not to mention her back is pretty much against the wall in this fight.
Yeah.
This should be her last shot at the UFC, so I'm going to go with Demopoulos.
Yeah, I'm going to hesitantly go with Demopoulos as well. Either way, I really like decision for this fight. I don't think there's a high probability that either of them finishes the fight, or just go with the over.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 2.5 rounds, so
yeah,
that's probably the best bet. I would agree with you there. I don't know what the odds are sitting at right now, but that's probably going to be the best bet for it.
Yeah, I see Demopoulos squeezing out like a 29-28 UD or something like that.
I think Juarez opened as the favorite, and it moved on over to now Demopoulos is the favorite.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I wish we got it. This fight's like 2 weeks old now, so I'm sick of it. So we're
right on from this.
Yeah, we're both gonna go with Silviana. Oh no, actually, I'm lying. We're both gonna go with Vanessa Demopoulos in that one, and we're gonna move right into the next one, which is Ronnie Barcelos versus Victor Henry. Another one that was postponed.
Yeah. This fight will be fun, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Barcelos is coming off that loss to Timur Valiev, which is nothing to hang your head about.
Not at all.
Timur Valiev's a fucking beast. Victor Henry, it's hard to take this dude serious just by looking at him. Can you hear me? Am I pausing?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but he's a clown. He looks like a.
I'm fucking with him, but yeah, like, come on, do something about the hair, dude. I know I'm one to talk, but still.
Yeah, he said the same thing about you.
I'm cutting it in a week.
Oh, there you go. You chopping that thing off?
Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna. Yeah, maybe he'll follow you.
Victor, come on, it's time. Both these guys aren't necessarily big, and they're both around the same age at 34 years old. What's it called? So it's not like they're fucking super young or anything either, you know? They're just kind of there.
Right.
Not trying to shit on them or nothing, but like opinion. But yeah, Barcelos, he kind of got two knockdowns in this last fight against Valiev, but kind of got pieced up.
Yeah.
You know, before that, he had wins over Said Nurmagomedov and Khalid Tafa, where he did look pretty good. He's gonna probably look to put Victor Henry on his ass, but like I'm not the most experienced in watching Victor Henry fights. Don't get me wrong, I watched a couple, but like he's fought at Rise and he's fought basically everywhere in Japan.
Yeah, he's been around the block, and he's not a slouch at all.
Yeah, he's not. He has a win over Kyler Phillips back in 2018. So this guy's no slouch. Don't get me wrong, but I still love Ronnie Barcelos. I think that he's able to get a takedown or two in there, and if he puts Victor Henry on his ass, I think he's going to be able to control 2 rounds. I'd say another 29-28 UD.
Yeah, I could see a finish in this one, honestly. Ronnie Barcelos was supposed to take on Trevin Jones, and then Jones withdrew for some reason in this fight. And now he's taking on newcomer Victor Henry. Barcelos is 5-1 inside the UFC, coming off his only UFC loss in his last time out against Timur Valiev, like you said. Although Barcelos almost had him knocked out. I don't, watching that back, like, I don't know how the fuck like they didn't call it, or how they, like, I don't know how he survived those two. That could have gotten stopped right there. He's a black belt in BJJ, wins mostly by KO TKO, has a +1 striking differential, 52% accuracy, 66% striking defense, not to mention 1.8 takedowns per fight at 56% accuracy. He has stuffed 12 of his 13 takedowns attempted on him. He's taken on Victor Henry, who isn't a spring chicken, like you said, Dan. 34 years old, very well-rounded veteran, grappling heavy fight style, isn't afraid to strike and change it up with leg kicks. Getting the victory here is a big ask for Henry, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, I don't think.
No.
But overall, I'm going to have to side with the well-established UFC veteran in Barcelos.
Yeah, I just think he's going to end up putting him on his ass a couple times. That's the main difference.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to beat him up, but you never know. Like, yeah, I think pretty highly of Victor Henry, but yeah, Ronnie Barcelos in this one.
Yeah.
All right, dope. We're both agreeing. We're gonna move right to the next one. Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Kay Hansen. Do you want this one, Dan, or you want me to take it?
I mean, I could take it.
You can take it if you want to.
I guess I'll take it.
No, I'll take it. I'll take it away.
You sure?
Yeah, I got this one. Jasmine won her contender series fight in her last time out. She has a 6-1 pro record, 3-0 boxing record. She wins mostly by decision, with her last 3 fights all going to the judges. She I took a look at her one loss, and it was to Elise Reed, who made her UFC debut recently against Sarge Eubanks and just put on a terrible performance and just got the shit kicked out of her. And yeah, she just looked like she didn't belong. And she's going to be taking on Kay Hansen, who's 1-1 in the UFC, had a very impressive submission victory over Jinyu Fry in her UFC debut. Kind of just outclassed her on the feet. No, excuse me. She kind of just got outclassed in her last time on the feet against Corey McKinnon.
Yeah.
Strong BJJ background. She's got a purple belt from 10th Planet. She's actually going to be trying this one at flyweight for the first time. She's normally a 115er. Jasmine will definitely have the size advantage here, not to mention a very good wrestling game. I think that she'll be able to control Hansen, whether it be on the fence or on the ground. She is going to have to look out for Hansen submissions, but overall, I think I like Jasmine in this one.
Interesting.
little far out right there.
Now you brought out the 120, like the straw weight, and like how Kay Hansen is a straw weight, which is true.
Yeah.
It was pretty beefy for the division, though. I'll say that. I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't agree that Kay Hansen should be a minus 200 and something favorite because
that's crazy.
Yeah, she's like a minus 275 up to a minus 275 favorite.
Dude, how fucking wild is that? See, there's some solid money in her too.
Jasmine?
In Jasmine in this one. There really is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you. I think it should be like a minus 140 plus 120 type deal, you know?
I could see that.
That I wouldn't be mad about, but this is a little extreme for me.
Yeah, a minus 260. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put money on this personally. But I do think Kay Hansen is going to squeeze out a decision.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think we're both going with maybe another decision in this one. Right?
That's what I would bet my money on.
Yeah. That's probably the best bet. But we're going to disagree in this one. I'm going to go with Jasmine JASUDAVICIUS first. And Dan's going to go with Kay Hansen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a mouthful. We're going to move right into the next one. Tony Gravely versus Simone Oliveira.
Yeah, this fight should be fun. I like watching Tony Gravely fight.
Tony Gravely is he's like very wrestling heavy, but
wrestling is fucking incredible.
But still fun to watch. You know, not like one of those guys that wrestles to a point where it's just boring to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Keep going.
Oliveira's coming off of a win over Jose Alde on the Contender Series, but it was a split decision. I wouldn't say he looked fantastic or anything. He won the fight, but overall, like, I'll just be short and sweet with this one too. So I want to, like, if we're gonna break down some fights, let's break down some better fights than this.
You don't like Simon Oliveira?
Put on a wrestling clinic.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Oliveira. He's gonna have he can threaten with submissions and everything. Don't get me wrong, but like at the end of the day, I think it's Gravely's fight to lose. I think he's gonna take this fight and be in control and have top control for most, if not.
It was definitely Tony Gravely's fight to lose. He's 3-2 so far under the UFC umbrella. He lost his last time out to he lost his last time out to he was a big favorite, Tony Gravely, to Nate Maness. Absolutely shocked the world in that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. And I was like, oh damn, Tony, what are you doing, man? But Nate Maness is really good.
Yeah.
In that fight, he couldn't get the takedowns going necessarily. Usually does, but he was able to drop Nate in the first, but was able to survive. And then Nate dropped Gravely in the second and ended up losing. He's very much grappling heavy approach, former NCAA wrestler, purple belt in BJJ, averages 5.6 takedowns per fight at 48% accuracy, and a black belt in Taekwondo, and some very heavy hands to go along with it. I do worry about his cardio. We've seen him slow as the fight goes on a couple times, but it's nothing too crazy. He's taken on Simone Oliveira, won a split decision on the Contender Series in his last time out. He's finished 16 of his 18 wins, 11 of those by sub. Fights at a Astra fight in Brazil, pretty solid. One of the top training camps, I would say, in Brazil. He's a good fighter, but nothing really stands out as great to me. But yeah, for sure, I think he belongs in the UFC. But he's what do you say about Master of None, Dan? What's that old saying?
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Wise man Dan once said that. But yeah, overall, I'm going to go with Tony Gravely in this one.
Yeah, so am I. He's going to put on a wrestling clinic.
Yeah, I think so too. So we're both agreeing. We're both going to go with Tony Gravely in that one. We're going to move right into the next one, which is Matt Steamroller Favola versus Gennaro Valdez. And I'm going to start it off with Matt Favola, 2-2-1 in his last 5. on a 2-fight losing streak, breaking a UFC record in his last time out, being the fastest person to get knocked out at lightweight by Terrence McKinney in 7 seconds. He has a grappling heavy fight style with wrestling and a BJJ background, averages 2.6 takedowns per fight with 40% takedown defense, not too good, and a minus 0.75 striking differential and only 37% accuracy. So not the best stats. He's taken on Genaro Valdez, who has a perfect 10-0 record and has a 100% finish rate and 70% of those by KO TKO. He's won his last time out by KO. Really showed a complete game. He did get outstruck on the feet, but still managed, but still looked good and was an absolute madman with his takedowns, landing at 50% accuracy and got 4 of them. Both guys love to grapple, so I think the difference maker in this fight is going to be the striking. Frevola doesn't really have the volume that you want to see, but he really has a question mark around that chin of his. He's been knocked down in half of his UFC fights, 3 out of 6. I think the UFC newcomer. What's up? Yeah, I think the UFC newcomer will be able to get this one done, and I'm actually going to go with another underdog, Genaro Valdez, in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take him as well. I'm surprised. Both of us on the underdog train. Yeah, I think that Valdez has shown pretty solid finishing ability in his first 10 fights, and it's not like Matt Frevola has way more experience. He's only got 12 pro fights, so it's like
nothing crazy.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, I think Valdez could be pretty cool to see him like make a little rise, you know?
Oh, for sure. He's got all the tools to do it, I think. Yeah, he's a solid newcomer.
Yeah, and he's been like, and it's not like he's like a one-dimensional fighter. He takes fights down the ground. He can
very well rounded.
Yeah. So I think he could possibly stop Matt Frevola.
That would be absolutely crazy.
With some ground pound or some shit.
Well, look, he's at a plus 170. I'm liking that a lot.
It's not solid.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. All right, awesome. So we're both actually going to go with the underdog in Genaro Valdez in this one, and we're going to move right into the next one, which is Michael Morales versus Trevin Giles.
Yeah, this dude Michael Morales is pretty solid.
He's pretty damn good too.
Yeah, 22. He was born in 1999. That's fucking crazy.
No, he's 22 years old.
He's only 22 years old.
Absolutely.
He looks good on the Contender Series.
Yes, for sure.
I couldn't find it for a second. I was like, wait, did he not go on the Contender Series?
No, he was. He did a great job.
Yeah, he took his opponent down 4 times. This guy can kind of finish fights from all over the place. He can finish fights off of his back. He can finish fights like with his strikes, ground and pound, like all that. Like, this guy's pretty good. I kind of like him, but I think Trevin Giles is a dude that's been slept on recently. I know he's coming off of that KO loss to Dricus Duplessis, but he was on a 3-fight winning streak before that, being James Krause, Baban Lewis, and Roman Dolidze. Like, Trevin Giles is like, he does that thing where he tries to like do the Mayweather shoulder roll, but it doesn't really work in MMA.
Yeah, not as much.
And I really like Trevin Giles. I know I kind of just shit on him, but like, I kind of like him as the underdog in this fight because I don't think Morales has enough high level fighting / winning experience to get through a pretty seasoned veteran of the UFC like Trevin Giles. He's been in the UFC for almost 5 years now.
Yeah,
so this guy's not.
You're really hitting the nail on the head because Michael Morales is very good, very young, and you look at his level of competition that he faced, and it's really guys on very small circuits.
Yeah, and I think that Trevin Giles will have the advantage when it comes to striking.
Yeah, dude, yeah, he's a seasoned vet, and he's beaten some really tough guys. But Michael Morales, he's another fighter that we're seeing, a newcomer with a perfect record. He's got a 12-0 record. Another guy coming out of the contender series too. We're getting a lot of people on this card specifically that are coming out of the contender series. 10 of his 12 wins have ended by finish. 9 of those by KO TKO. Very young, has a decent amount of hype already too for someone that's only 22 years old. Mostly about his explosive and one punch power that he has, and he has a 79-inch reach to go along with it.
Yeah.
One thing I would say, he had a slow start. He's a little known as a little slow starter, but that's something you can get over. But yeah, that's one thing that I noticed from him. He's taken on Trevin Giles, 3-2 in his last 5. Most recently coming off.
Trevin Giles can exploit that though.
Yeah. Trevin Giles did come off that KO loss from Dricus du Plessis. I didn't really see that one coming. I thought Trevin Giles would have got the win there, but
I think he can make little adjustments to his game.
It's nothing as he should, for sure. He's got a plus 1.1 striking differential at 54% accuracy, 1.3 takedowns per fight at 80% accuracy, which is a crazy high, and 75% takedown defense. Very well-rounded. He's trying his luck at welterweight in this one. I don't mind that. I don't think Giles was cutting too much weight to begin with at middleweight, so maybe he'll match up better with the guys at 170.
And he did fight Kevin Holland to a split decision.
That's true.
Or did
he's trying his luck at 170.
Right? Yeah, he is.
Yeah. This fight is close, but I think I'm gonna go with the. What'd you say?
Did he fight? Am I thinking somebody different? He didn't fight Kevin Holland. He was gonna fight Kevin Holland, but he fainted.
Oh, is that the guy who fainted backstage?
Trevin Giles. But he's gonna win.
Oh, what a loser. No, I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna go with the newcomer Morales. He's got
I could see
very high ceiling. He's just good wherever the fight goes.
I think they should be at both minus 110.
Yeah, this is a close fight because there's a lot of question marks around Trevin Giles at 170. I'm curious to see what happens. How he ranks weight.
There's question marks at Morales fighting a pretty decent caliber UFC fighter.
Yeah, it just started off, which is awesome. So we're gonna disagree in this one. I'm gonna go with Michael Morales. Dan's gonna go with Trevin Giles, and we're gonna move right into the next one, which is Rodolfo Vieira versus Wilmington Turman. And I think I'm gonna start with Rodolfo Vieira, who's 3-1 under the UFC umbrella. BJJ black belt, holds a 109 grappling record, and is a multi-time IBJJ champ. 100% finish rate, 7 of those wins by sub. His striking is not the best, and that's being nice about it. He has a minus 1.4 striking differential, but makes up for it with that 5.7 takedowns per fight at 52% accuracy and 100% takedown defense. Basically, if he's able to get a hold of you, unless you're Alexander Fluffy,
Anthony Hernandez,
Fluffy. Yeah, he's gonna basically just have his way with you. But he's taken on a BJJ black belt in his own right, in Wilmington Turman, who's 2-3 in his last 5, coming off a razor thin fight against Sam Alvey, where I thought Sam Alvey. Did you think Sam Alvey won that one?
What fight?
Wilmington Turman versus Sam Alvey.
I don't know, dude. Sam Alvey fucking gets a lot of close. Like the way he fights is like made for a split decision.
Yeah, I thought I thought he had it in that one, but Wilmington Turman ended up getting a split decision win in that one. He has been knocked out in 2 out of his last 3, but I would be shocked if that happened in this one. Just absolutely shocked. He also has a negative striking differential at negative 0.9 and 100% takedown defense as well. Turman has the advantage on the feet, and Vieira has the advantage on the ground. But I think Vieira, he's just so dominant, and if he gets a hold of him, I think it's
like one big muscle.
Yeah, dude. But you do got to worry about that cardio. His cardio has faded in that fluffy fight.
Remember when I took Anthony Hernandez?
Yeah, dude, that was like a plus 700. That was wild.
Yeah, I took that. You can go
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
You
that
can go
was
back and
crazy.
watch that.
Yeah, go back and watch that because that was some solid money right there. I think it was a plus
I
700.
wasn't gonna say. I didn't say submission to be fair, but still,
Right, but still, it doesn't matter to me.
who in their right mind would have taken him by submission?
I'm fucking madman. But yeah, dude, I'm going Rodolfo Vieira. I'm a fan of Rodolfo.
Yeah, so am I.
Vieira.
The dude's just a fucking brick shithouse.
Yeah, he really is.
He's a fucking brick
He's
shithouse. I
so
don't care.
ripped.
Yeah, I mean, it will be hard to get fucking oxygen pumping to those muscles the entire fight, but
Right.
you just need 18 minutes
That's good.
or 17 minutes.
What's this? I thought it was 3 rounds of 5.
Yeah, but then you get the minute in between each round where you kind of have
you get
to down.
Yeah. And then Rodolfo's the type of guy to always sit down on the stool too. He's gonna need to do that.
You're gonna need every second of it. Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
But
come on. Oh,
I'm not
you see
Jack.
did you see those 2 bums on MMA Twitter that fought this weekend?
No, you sent me it though.
Yeah, those 2. You know who they are though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's that kid that works in the elevator and some just like New Jersey dude, like fought in a backyard and like tried to sell pay-per-views and shit. Just embarrassing.
Yeah,
I forget their names.
so
Yeah, whatever. We're both gonna go with Rodolfo Vieira in this one, and we're gonna move right to the next one, which is Michel Pereira versus Andre Falajo.
yeah, we did this fight last week too. So
Good.
I'm taking Michel Pereira.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Very
I mean, is there really much else to say besides that?
well, Andre Falajo has, if that's how you fucking say it, I'm sorry. Whatever. I don't care about the names. But he was taking the fight on less than a week's notice after Muslim Saligov pulled out. But now he's had 2 weeks to prepare for Michel Pereira. He's fought a good level of competition. He's fought in Bellator, PFL, LFA, UAE, all breeding grounds of the UFC. He's currently on a 4-fight winning streak with 3 of those opponents being former UFC or Contender Series fighters. And even as a fight over the ever-surging Chris Curtis, who that we are not fans of on this podcast. Not Chris Curtis fans.
I am.
Dan is, but I'm not. 50%. And he's finished 12 of his 14 wins, 11 by KO TKO, taking on Michel Pereira, 3-2 in his last 5 on a 3-fight winning streak. Should be a 4-fight, but yeah, Diego Sanchez robbed his ass. And over some really amazing competition, Chaos Williams, Nico Price, very well-rounded, +1 striking differential, 55% accuracy, 2 takedowns per fight at 62% accuracy, and 100% takedown defense. I really liked what I've seen from Pereira. He's matured, doesn't get caught up in that bullshit really too much. Really,
he'll still backflip onto you.
Yeah, nothing like he used when he first joined the UFC. He was like putting on like a show, and now he's kind of like toned it back a bit. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Michel Pereira in this one.
Yeah, it's hard not to. He's got an overall dope game. Like, even if you take away his crazy shit, like he's got a really good overall game.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, for sure, dude.
It's gonna be hard to just beat that guy any night.
Yeah, Andre Falajo is no slouch, what at all.
He's not. He's like it's actually like a pretty decent fight that they were able to get late notice.
Yeah, but I think Pereira has faced better guys already. You know,
so do I.
And Muslim Salikov would have been a real tough test for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Really grappling heavy, just that would have been tough for him. But yeah, this on the other hand, I think is a better matchup. So yeah, I think we're both going to go with Michel Pereira in this one, and we're going to move right into the next one, which is Cody Stamann versus Said Nurmagomedov.
This is going to be interesting.
What'd you say?
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Cody Stamann, 2-2-1 in his last 5. He's on a 2-fight losing streak from Merab Dvalishvili and Jimmy Rivera, who is no longer with the UFC, which is insane. Great wrestler.
Rob's out for like a year too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
Merab got hurt.
I didn't know about that. That's fucked up. Um, Cody Stamen, great wrestler, and he's a guy that can fight at multiple weight classes, which is pretty cool. Not to mention his striking has really improved since joining the UFC.
Yeah, I still look at him as a wrestler though.
Yeah, me too. But it's gotten a lot better. He's not bad at all, but is still the weakest part of his game. Still manages a plus 0.6 striking differential and 2.8 takedowns per fight at 44% accuracy. He's taken on Saeed Nurmagomedov, who's 3-1 so far in the UFC, with his only UFC loss coming from Ronnie Barcelos, who we talked about before. He's unlike his fellow Dagestani fighters. He uses more of a sprawl and brawl approach rather than a very grappling heavy approach like we see most Eastern European, specifically Dagestani fighters use. But it works for him. He's got a plus 2.2 striking differential, 71% takedown defense. Stamen is really good. And he's going to be going for the win in this one. His back is pretty much against the wall on those 2 losses. But this is not a good matchup for him. So I'm going to go with Nurmagomedov in this one.
I think that Stamen's got the wrestling ability to take Nurmagomedov down, though.
Agree. I would agree with that. But you know what? Nurmagomedov fought Ricardo Ramos, and Ramos is a solid grappler, and Saeed was able to stop him pretty much, get back up.
Yeah, but I think Stamen's wrestling
is better than his grappling is better than Stamen. All these guys are tough. Even Ronnie Barcelos, who we lost to, is
this is gonna be really this is the toughest fight of the night for me.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. I would not bet on it.
Besides, of course,
Cody Stamen is a live dog. I agree with you. He's slept on.
Yeah, it's just but they're Stamen's not getting slept on too bad for this fight. He's only like a plus 155, I think.
Okay, so it is close.
Yeah, and I think rightfully so. Yeah, plus 155, plus 160.
I totally agree with the bookmakers in this one, which I didn't agree
call
with.
Me crazy, but I think Stamen's going to be able to take him down.
Yeah, I could see that, but I think Nurmagomedov could get back up. He's definitely going to take him down. That's what he's going to want to do right off the bat. I don't think he's going to want to strike with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go for the. I see him going for the takedown right away.
Yeah, I think so too. That's his best bet. I don't know if he wants to do that. But
he's really pretty short, just absolute muscle of a human being.
Yeah. And I know he looks like he's got little T-Rex arms, but he actually has a decent wingspan. His reach is not bad at all. What is it? It's 64.5 compared to Nurmagomedov's is pretty good, I think, though. 64.5 compared to 70. Yeah, he's going to be at like a 5.5-inch reach disadvantage.
Stamen?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the wrestler in him, you know?
Yeah, that's like all of his
fights. He doesn't really have a fucking super long reach.
So I was trying to say that he doesn't have T-Rex arms, but he's got little baby T-Rex arms. And I'm going to go with Saeed Nurmagomedov, and Dan's going to go with Cody Stamen. And we're going to move right into the co-main event, which is a title fight and a trilogy fight. Brandon Moreno versus Davison Figueiredo, number 3. And do you want me to take this, Dan, and then you take the main event? I know you like your boy Ciryl Gane. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, that works for me. And Brandon Moreno, the champ, 4-0-2, undefeated in his last 6. Since returning to the UFC after that brief removal, he was cut back in 2019 or 2018. He's 1-0-1 against Davison Figueiredo, winning his last time out in a very dominant performance, both outstriking and outgrappling him. Moreno has an even striking differential, 39% accuracy, also 2 takedowns per fight at 47% accuracy, 65% takedown defense. Pretty underwhelming stats for someone that's champion, if I'm being honest.
He's a dog, dude.
Yeah, he seriously is. He's got the killer instinct in him. He's taken on Davison Figueiredo, who's 3-1-1 in his last five, and I'm questioning if he still has the fight in him. In his last fight against Moreno, it was truly a. I mean, in his first fight with Moreno, it was truly a dead even fight. I could not. Like the judges really did their work in that fight. That was so close. In the second fight, Figueredo did not look like himself. He was slow to start, and his cardio faded very fast. And he frankly didn't look like he wanted to be there at all. He's got a slightly negative striking differential, 1.5 takedowns per fight, 85%. Oh, no, excuse me, 58% takedown defense. Also, very underwhelming stats for a guy who's a contender. I'm not sure which Figueiredo we're going to get in this fight, but I feel like Figueiredo is on the downslide while Moreno is just at his peak. So I'm going to go with the champ in this one in Brandon Moreno.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think that Figueiredo is obviously a fucking beast, but like, who did he like really, really beat up in the UFC? Like, it wasn't anybody that great. He did beat Alexander Pantoja. I'll get to that in a minute, but like, even looking back, it was just like John Moraga, Joseph Morales, like that's nothing crazy, you know?
No, nothing too wild.
He blew me away in his fights against Benavidez, and I was like, yo, this guy's a fucking world beater. But then like I thought about it, I was like, jiu-jitsu like retired right after, you know, like he was he was on the truly last legs of his career. And then he beat Alex Perez, who honestly had no business being like really out there, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to disrespect fucking. I don't want to disrespect these guys. But then when he fought Moreno, you know, the first fight went to a draw and then he lost the second one. And I think Moreno's kind of just got his number in the matchup.
No, that first fight is so razor thin. It like, I don't know how he went from that close of a fight to just getting dominated in the second fight.
I think like it'll have shades of the first and second fights in this.
You think so? I think this one's I think this one's all Brandon Moreno. I think he lost it a little bit, Davison Figueiredo.
He could have. It just showed that like if Brandon Moreno fucking brings out the dog and just brings him into deeper fucking waters,
right?
He could very well retain pretty easily.
Also, he makes a killer weight cut every single time, and he's 34 years old. And the lower the weight class, usually you want that fastness,
which muscle fibers.
Yeah, exactly. So, and when you lose that as you get older, like it fades. So flyweights have been known to fade quicker than the heavier weight classes. So that could be it also.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's just one theory.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I got Moreno in this fight. I could confidently take Moreno in this fight.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad we're both going to go with the champ, Brandon Moreno. And we're going to move right into the much anticipated main event, which is Francis Ngannou versus Ciryl Gane. And
yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, this one's going to be good.
You got Francis, who's out here fucking constantly getting better, constantly fucking working on himself, working on his technique and his craft and all that shit. You got him fighting a former teammate who's an absolute killer in Ciryl Gane. This guy's a fucking assassin. Ciryl Gane, I think, is one of the fucking. He's like I've been saying for the longest time. He's heavyweight Wonder Boy. He really is.
Yeah, you look at him and he's like 250 pounds and just ripped, but moves like he's 170 pounds.
Yeah, like he's light on his feet, he's on his toes the whole time.
And his technique is fucking solid.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I think this is a fight where we're gonna learn a lot about both fighters. And this fight is so 50-50. It's like I think Francis is threatening to leave the UFC.
Right.
I think the UFC is going to do very well with this pay-per-view
Mhm.
because of him and Ciryl, and I think that they'll keep him around after.
He deserves to be around. I think he should.
He should be around.
Yeah, and I don't think he should try his luck in boxing either. I think he belongs in.
I think Tyson Fury would beat the absolute piss out of him.
It would be a bloodbath, and he shouldn't be there.
Yeah. But overall, I gotta take Ciryl Gane for this fight. I think that he's gonna be able to keep him at bay with his kicks and the jab. He's gonna be throwing a bunch of body kicks. Fucking be throwing some side kicks. Ciryl Gane could throw some crazy shit.
Yeah, he's very technical. That karate, Muay Thai. He's very technically sound when it comes to striking. Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, so overall, I kind of just like the way Ciryl Gane takes all of his fights like a chess match. So I'm going to take Ciryl Gane in this fight, but I can't stress enough how 50-50 this fight is, and I'm going to not bet any money. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know what? I think I had Ciryl Gane, but now I'm kind of more leaning towards Francis Ngannou. And I'm a little bit wise because Francis Ngannou, 5-0 in his last 5, all KO TKOs, 4 of those in the first round, 4 of those performance of the nights, and 3 of those fighters were former title holders. He's actually the betting underdog in this one, which we don't normally see for title fights. What was the last time you saw a champ that was the betting underdog? I think we saw one recently and they won, if I'm not mistaken. I digress.
Jan Blachowicz versus Izzy, I can think of.
Was that good? Okay, there you go. Perfect. Look at you, like an encyclopedia.
That's the only one I could think of on the top of my head.
Ngannou got into the sport pretty late in life. He had a very tough upbringing, but he's ever evolving and he gets better so quickly.
Really.
And he's come such a long way from what he started out as. The one thing different in this fight, which is a huge question mark for me, is that the mental barrier, because for some reason, I don't know if it's just the media doing it. I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know if it's the media doing it or if it's actually bad blood between these two. We've seen the videos of Francis walking past Ciryl and not saying anything, and the talks. Yeah, and the talks of the bad blood from sparring together, which I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's selling a pay-per-view. Which I think is the biggest question mark in this whole entire fight. But like you've said, Dan, Ciryl Gane is has such solid technique. And if this fight goes more than 3 rounds, then yes, I think Ciryl Gane takes this one one-sidedly. But I think I'm going to have to go with the underdog and the champ in Francis Ngannou in this one.
All he needs is a power jab to clip you, and then you're done.
Yeah.
So I can't hate anybody for feeling any type of way about this fight because
it's
really could
the intern champ. I'm looking at Ciryl Gane at a -150 right now. Francis Ngannou at a +125. So yeah, this is one of the closest fights betting wise on this whole entire card.
Yeah, it's for the fucking heavyweight champion.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm so pumped for this, dude. I'm absolutely for this whole entire card. I'm gonna watch every single fight. It's gonna be great.
That's my brother.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. But yeah, that's it.